Happy Wednesday, friends, and welcome to Aquarius Behavior, a Best Friends podcast.
Morgan.
Samantha.
Is it time to podcast?
It is.
Yay!
Happy Wednesday and welcome back.
Wednesday!
Which means it's time for Aquarius Behavior.
Very pleased to be here, all cozied in. We both agree it's a sleepy day today.
Yeah, dude. My vibe. I'm tired. I'm a little crabby, but not hostile. You know, I'm welcoming this energy, but I'm tired and I'm cranky and I recognize that. I think it's a little bit of the weather. I think it's a little bit of my body. Yeah, so we're gonna podcast and then it's gonna be funner.
Yeah, it's gonna be funner. There's 7 inches of snow on the ground.
There's so much snow.
Like, I'm already over it and I'm thrilled that we can be here.
Speaking of the snow, I got to try out my new snow pants today.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Can I tell you about my experience?
Yes, please do.
Because I was really excited. So, as you know, I have been looking for snow pants, adult snow pants, because I have only had snow pants when I have been a child. You know, like you're in elementary school and you have to go out to recess and then you line up all of your wet boots and stuff in the hallway.
The heaviness of wet snow pants as a child, the suspenders, and then like the bottom half by the end of the winter would just be soaked and caked.
Yep.
I do.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
The memories. And did you ever clip your finger into your snow pants?
100%.
Because I definitely did that. I think
zipping my chin.
Has. Oh, yeah. Like you zip your chin or your finger or something, your hair. Definitely.
Winter hazards.
You're a kid and you're learning to dress yourself. So I now don't have many challenges with dressing myself. So that's great. But these snow pants I'm so in love with because I went to the Fleet Farm, which is an adventure for me. Fleet Farm, if you're listening, sponsor us.
What up?
You're great. So I got to go there and then I just tried on a bunch of pants. And these are, okay, so I say that they're snow pants, but really, so they're Carhartt pants. And so they're, you know, like work pants. And so I can wear them to make snow angels, but I could also go and ride my snowmobile, or I could go and harvest my crops in the dead of winter.
Dig a trench.
I could dig a trench. Exactly. And so I went ahead and I, you know, spent extra money on these pants because I thought, you know what, I could have these for the rest of my adult life.
It's
or
an
most
investment.
Of it. Yep. It is. And especially that brand, it's like, that's an investment. Okay. You're doing some hardy stuff if you're buying this brand. So I thought, well, jeepers, I'm going to go big. And so whatever. I literally was in Fleet Farm and I went to the men's section, straight to the men's section.
Just because right there.
That is the type of snow pant that's going to fit my body. And I want a million pockets. I want it to be a little bigger as well because I'm also going to layer underneath.
I have a sweatshirt.
Correct.
I have
probably have
long sleeve something.
Sweatpants on. Correct. So I'd done a lot of thinking about this. So I was just absolutely thrilled and amazed by what I found. And so my sweatpants, they are quilted inside. They were so hot. Like, you literally saw me when you pulled up. I had torn off my hat. I actually took off my jacket. I was in a t-shirt by the end. I took off my gloves because I was dripping sweat.
I walked up and you bent down and ripped open your button to the knee flaps, like your vents on the bottom. Yeah, it's efficient, it sounds like.
Yeah.
They're not messing around. Like,
no.
All the snow pants that I ever got as a youth and also teenager and young adult woman, it was always like the stupid stretchy waistband, derpy like 3 layers of, you know, whatever, and they never fit right. They always just cinched a little bit too tight or a little bit uncomfortable for how many layers of, you know, sweatpants are underneath. And it was just like, wow, seeing you modeling your new Carhartts in the Fleet Farm mirror.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it was an inspiration. I really appreciated just the forceful winter energy that was coming at me. And you put those to good work today. And, you know, my eyes saw them in action. I mean, not that we're going to come out with a line of Aquarius behavior snow pants.
But if anyone's interested let us know.
That would be very fun.
Yeah.
Definitely the overall brand.
Email us, leave us a comment.
That's
let
right.
us know.
AquariusBehavior.pod@gmail.com.
So speaking of that video I sent you, because you're correct, I did. Because we have talked about snow pants before, because we are looking for good bundle gear so we can continue to take nice walks in the winter or whatever, or just be warmer, because we live in the Midwest and we get tons and tons of snow and it gets like literally 50 below here. So what are you going to do? Why do we live here? Who knows? So I was in Fleet Farm and I was staring at myself in the mirror, modeling, not in a fitting room. I just was like stripping down and like pulling it on over my pants and my t-shirt and whatever. And so I'm taking this whole video, and then there is this woman standing next to me, definitely waiting to use the mirror. So
a fellow non-dressing room person.
But I like finished doing my Snapchat, and then she just says to me, "Are you done with the mirror?" It's like, yeah, I totally look like a tool right now taking a Snapchat of myself. And so I had to like explain to her, and I was like, "Oh yeah, totally. Sorry. Just my friend also wants snow pants." I was just sending her a snap. So she knew that I wasn't vain. Like I was just had friends and I was socializing and helping. Not just like,
you were being helpful.
Look how cute I am. But I did feel cute. So
and you looked cute.
But yeah, this is me today.
Oh my goodness.
I took a selfie of myself.
Well, that's an important picture.
So I also want you to know this is how I started out compared to how I ended, because I full on have earmuffs on, and then I've got my hood, which with the fur, and my coat's all buttoned up, and I've got my ski gloves on for shoveling, not my driving gloves, because those are a little thinner and sleeker and have like the smart touch. No. These are business only. I can't touch my phone. I had to use my nose to push my phone to like start my music.
Yes.
Because I bundled up and I was like, oh no.
It's that time of year.
Now what do I do? So I'm just booping my nose on my phone, and thank goodness I was just in my garage and no one could see me. But okay, so I've got all that. And then I got this new cowl, because sometimes scarves are just too much and I don't need all of that fluff. I just need something to cover my neck and go up on my face.
Just a layer between you and the world.
Just a little bit, yeah. And then, you know, I've got my boots on. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking about my snow pants because I could go on, but there's nothing more to say. 5 thumbs way up.
I need to know, follow-up question, how many pockets, what's the pocket arrangement on it? Because I think that's an important thing for people like me who maybe had, this is really a podcast about finding your true snow pants that your adult form and body was supposed to find.
You know what? This isn't a snow pants podcast, but sometimes we will talk about snow pants.
We have a lot of feelings, and I just feel like it's important. I didn't know that the amount of pockets were an option, so I just need you to run me through because I'm going to manifest these into my life soon.
Oh, dude, yeah. There are 4 pockets.
Okay.
So and they're all big square pockets that have covers on them that Velcro.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
There are 2 breast pockets, and these are also over the shoulder, overall kind of snow pants, because that's, in my opinion, the only way to go. Like, we're not fooling around here, okay? I don't have time.
No drawstrings.
Nope.
No buttons.
Nope. You just step in, zip up. I feel like an astronaut. I'm just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to brave this world outside. It is a foreign planet. It is no longer Earth. It is covered in a foot of snow. And if you don't have snow, if you're listening somewhere and you don't have snow, then, I mean, wow. I don't know what that's like, but believe you me, it is... It is a daring adventure to shovel your driveway sometimes. Anyways, there's the 2 breast pockets, and then there's 2 that are on the front of your legs.
Okay.
And so...
And then the vents at the bottom.
Yes, I can zip up my pants to my knees, and they also button. And so then I can vent it out, and If I get too hot, there's an escape route.
Well, it's usually about an hour for those blessed souls who don't have snow in their world. It's a normal driveway, a 2-car in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
About 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how snowy the snow is.
Definitely.
What is the ice to fluff ratio is definitely something to consider. Do we need to go out in phases? Like, okay, I know for me, it's like looking at my fiance in the eyes and being like, all right, so it's going to snow for the next 4.5 hours. Now, do we just ignore the problem until the end of the night and then both suffer out there with the various tools and we go to war? Or do we go out there every hour and make it a marathon and really do the thing? So every snowstorm, it's just like, what's the cleanup for this one going to be like? And this evening, Eric doesn't get home until late, so I'm going to find out what that decision is when he gets home. So that is how we handled today's snow. And also, I don't have snow pants, so I think that you and I are going to be heisting out to various snow pantseries in the area.
Yeah, we can go to the Fleet Farm.
Yep, I am unprepared for the storm that currently happened, and I just need me some pockets. I need me some vents. I need me some overalls. And like, there's nothing better than when you've been working up a sweat and then it's like, oh, it's time to take off my jacket. Like, my body is warm enough and it's nice enough outside, like the still coldness as opposed to the blowy coldness.
Yes. There wasn't a lot of wind, which made it nice. And I literally there was sweat all down my back. My t-shirt was sticking to me. So
your body was working hard.
I got a workout by shoveling snow. I don't even know how many like reps I did with all of my shovels, because I think someday we'll get a snowblower, but today is not that day. So that's my update.
I love it.
How about you, friend?
I mean, welcome to the snowy day. Yeah, I think that especially on days when there's such a significant weather change, it's like, who am I? But what is my mood? I took a nap about it and now, wow, refreshed, ready to go. Last couple days, I don't know, we did a Thanksgiving. And through that holiday, I was able to get Eric to help me paint the entryway, which translated into him doing most of the painting of the entryway. And I got to do all the edging. So that was like the big win of the last couple days, because we went 5 days without seeing each other from all of the holiday hullabaloo.
Yeah, we thought maybe we'd do podcast things, and then we did
none.
We did individual podcast journeys, but everybody, I think, just needed a little holiday, and that was really good.
A lot of stillness we were noticing.
And we do have other friends.
It's true.
And so that was the opportunity that we saw other people in our lives, because there are other people.
Yep. Yeah, we went out in the world.
Yep.
We met up with friends at a brewery. That was a lovely time. But it was also just like, all right, well, now there's snow on the ground. It's actually winter. My body is noticing the need for hibernation. The ancient voice of hibernation is calling me. And so, yeah, just not so much powering through, but just acknowledging that the changing of the seasons. And I don't know, the last actual recording in our timeline that we did was Blood Moon.
Oh, yeah. Because we've been editing.
We have been
you've been editing.
We have been listening
I've been
to
supporting.
Ourselves, and you've been researching. You have been planning.
And
you have been
planning.
Player one-ing this podcast. But it's been fun to just listen back to all of our hijinks and everything, but also the timeline. It's like, and now it's winter. Okay, what up?
And now it's winter. Yeah.
Now it's happening. So I'm excited for just all of the winter podcasting journey that we're going to be on this winter. It's going to be super cute. And also just like, what a nice, calm time for us to enjoy this space, enjoy the podcasting room, and just have like a thoughtful winter while we have all of the planning and preparing that we're doing for next year of 2023.
I know.
Yes.
What is our podcast going to be like in 2023? Who knows? Stick around to find out.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of feelings about that, but that's for another day. That's for a whole nother podcast.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
As we like to say. Put a pin in that one.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's more hibernation behavior today.
It is hibernation behavior.
Yeah.
It's also, we're coming into, I don't know when Aquarius season starts. I don't know what, as we learned in the last episode that we recorded.
Yeah. We don't know a lot about.
We don't know a lot.
We don't. I mean, like, I know stuff,
but I'm interested.
We're not there following it. It's more of a cute gimmick because you and I are actual scientists.
Yes.
We have degrees in psychology for real skis. And
adjusts my white lab coat.
I mean, it's not a big deal. But, that's just what I think. It's like, we're not actually there thinking that this is ruling our lives, but it's fun. And also...
And I'm wondering about it.
I just also think, why not? Because I'm also a spiritual person, so why not?
Yeah. What are the mysteries of the universe?
It's all about mysteries. Mysteries.
This is the ASMR podcast.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of, I've been watching...
This is for your ears.
I have been watching a lot of ASMR videos on YouTube this past 5 days that I haven't seen you. A lot of things have happened.
How'd you get there?
I don't know. Sometimes I really don't know. Sometimes I just start watching YouTube and then I get into a hole. It's like what can happen to me on TikTok because, I'm a TikTok guy now. And so sometimes I don't even know where it takes me. It's just like I look at something and then they suggest something else or other people who watch this also watch these. Maybe you'll like this too. And I'm like, yeah, I probably do.
Probably will.
Sure. Or sometimes I'll misspell something that I searched for and then it's like, well, that's not what I was looking for, but I guess that's what I needed. And the universe just intercepted my search and gave me what I needed. So
ASMR was that thing.
Yeah. And so it's been a lot of, it looks like, okay, so those sponges that are the little smiley faces that are circles, the scrub daddy,
scrubby scrubs
buddy.
Okay.
Scrub someone. But it's a little...
Scrub someone, please.
Oh, no. So I looked at you and you didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, oh, no, I'm lost. I don't know either.
Because, it's a podcast. We have to use our words. And we both were gesturing with our hands. Okay. But is it a sponge that is cut out in the shape of a smiley face?
It's a circular sponge. It's probably about, I'd say 2 inches thick. Okay. All right. And it's a circle. But then there are holes cut out so it looks like a little face. And so there's 2 holes this way. Yep. I'm pointing at you. Yep. No, and then there's a little smile. I'm just going to take a picture. And then there's a little smile cut out. And so the whole objective of it, the other thing, I'm making like a little claw with my hand right now, but this isn't a claw. This is how you would hold the sponge because your fingers fit into the holes as such. And so the whole point of the sponge is that you can put silverware in it and like easily clean it because the silverware is smushed in between the sponge holes. And then you can also grasp it with your fingers to scrub things.
I understand what you're talking about now. I was just really enjoying listening to you.
This is not a sponge podcast. Okay. Oh, so anyways.
Wow, I needed a good laugh. Okay. That was great. Okay, so the Sponge Daddy ASMR. I'm with you now. No, keep going. Keep going. See?
Okay. We got this. But that's like, okay, what I'm getting at is that is a big prop. That's a popular prop, I should say. It's not big. It's small. It's the size of your hand. But it's a popular prop with the ASMR videos I've been watching. And sometimes it's not exactly that sponge, but if you know the kind of sponge I'm talking about, then you know it's that texture. Or I guess I could have just said the texture of a sponge.
No. This whole explanation was necessary. Keep going.
So done with the story.
No. I want to hear the rest of it. Tell me more.
I keep listening to the words come out of my mouth, and I'm like, you need to stop talking immediately.
No, but see what's really fun? We're going to listen back to this, and we're going to giggle quietly, too, in a couple weeks when we've forgotten what we talked about. It's going to be great. So you were watching ASMR videos.
There's just a lot of sponges. That's all. This is Terrible. Okay.
No, this is excellent content. 100%. 5 stars. If you are liking this, aquariusbehavior.pod@gmail.com. Find us on the internet. You know how to do things. And I'm really enjoying this evening of energy. So
Yay.
thank you for the sponge story. It's staying in.
So sorry to our listeners. If you're still listening to this, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here for us.
That's right. It is kind of a succession of like hurdles, like athletes on the track as our podcast episodes come out, and it's like you're running and it's like, oh, here comes another one. Am I going to make it all the way through? Let's find out if I make it past the sponge story. Welcome everyone who made it past the sponge story.
Because we just do random things. So
this is it.
I don't know. You might like one episode, you might not like the next one. You may hate, the first season, but tune in for the second season because maybe it'll be different.
We'll be here.
Who knows?
That's right. It will sound better. That is, whether or not the content improves, Morgan, our voices will continue to sound like they're nestling just right in your ear. Just right up in there.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
I think that that's something we can promise.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's an Aquarius promise.
An Aquarius promise. Promise. Well, do you want to play a game?
Oh yeah. Do you want to do some podcasting? Should we?
Yeah.
Should we do some? I do want to play.
I made a game for you.
Yay! Yes, because mini games. 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. I just figured this is a time in our podcast to just do fun things. And I hope that if other people are listening with their best friends, then they have either A, thought of these things too and talked about it, or B, they'll look at one another like this and make intense eye contact and go, how have we never thought about that?
Why haven't we talked about this yet?
Yeah, I just want to spark creativity in the minds and hearts of other best friends.
Yes, because this is a best friends podcast.
It is a best friends podcast. That is what it is. So there you go. Not a sponge podcast.
Are you sure?
A best friend podcast, but sometimes I might talk about sponges because I also love the ocean. Which is one of my 2 favorite things, which we know. Space in the ocean.
Okay, the moon, space in the ocean. I've listened to that episode so many times.
In space, but it's its own thing.
I need to say, before we caboose away from the sponge, you know what sponge had a best friend? SpongeBob. SpongeBob and Patrick.
Oh.
So there's a space in this podcast for sponges too.
SpongeBob and Patrick were also best friends.
Yeah.
And I bet they would have had a podcast.
Oh,
SpongeBob totally would have had a podcast.
Remus is our Gary.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
Remus is Gary.
Oh, that's cute. Wow.
Oh, Remus. You're a good boy.
So more about sponges?
No. No, not today. So we've cracked the caffeine. Also, before we get started, what is the incense of choice today? What are we burning?
Yeah, during setup, I lit one and I think that it was pink. Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah, if it's pink, then it's rose. If it's purple, it's lilac. Both of which are delicious.
We're going to do roses.
All right, so here is how the game works. I have a series of pictures, 8 to be exact, of famous friends.
There's pictures?
Yeah, I have pictures for you.
I don't have to use my mind castle?
No. Okay. Nope. Right. And these should all be people. I'm going to just tell you too, these should all be friends, first of all, that are characters. They're fictitious from movies or books or stuff we like, shows, things that we like. So these are all people that you should know and be familiar with. And they're all best friends from TV, movies, books, whatever. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the picture, and then I want to know who you identify most with and who you think I would be if we were this duo. Okay? Fun. Are you ready for the first duo?
Yes.
Samantha, duo 1.
Okay. Oh.
Who are these people?
It is Cher and Deanna from Clueless. Okay, I immediately think that Morgan, you have Cher energy. Samantha is Dion. I think that I just love that white hat.
Oh my gosh, Dion's hat. When
do you remember
I think somebody said it looked like Dr. Seuss.
It is. It's like the opening. They lead with that hat in the movie. You see it in one of the first scenes. It's like, oh, this is going to be a ridiculous movie. But yeah, I think that at first blush, I would say, yeah.
What
You're a
makes you say
Cher,
that?
Morgan. Although I would say that I drive like Cher. So
I do too. Offensive driver. And I'm just like, I am there. I'm hanging out with my friends and I'm just focused on where I'm going. I'm not going to hurt anybody, but like, I'm definitely I'm out there just doing my thing. Getting where I need to go. Whoops, it came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Okay, this is really funny because I look at this and I think the opposite.
Tell me why.
So interesting. Okay, so first off, I think this because
squinting at this yellow thing she's got on.
Like, okay, first of all, we're in Cher and Dion's. They're opening, like you said, it's the outfits that they wear in the opening of Clueless.
The iconic outfits. The yellow kind of tweedy looking cute thing.
Yes. Yeah. She's got
Dr.
like
Seuss hat.
Yeah, she's like Cher's in her just straight blonde hair, parted down the middle. She's in her yellow plaid jacket. It's like a sport coat kind of thing. And
way
her
too
matching
businessy.
little skirt. She's got like a mini skirt on. She's wearing that to school. To high school.
Yeah. Business
She's like
close
she's
to high
15.
school.
Yeah, that's right. She's got her permit. So she's 15.
15.
And I'm like, no.
Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep.
You look like a mannequin from Macy's right now.
100%.
Like business women's section specifically. And then Dion is wearing also plaid, which I didn't realize that they were coordinating so well like that. And so she is in a black and gray plaid like same thing, like a little blazer. She's got a matching mini skirt. She's got her black purse she's carrying. She has a flower. I think that's a flower. No, it's not. It's her sleeve. There's a flower in her hat though, because then she's got that plastic hat that looks like a hat from Dr. Seuss. It's like a top hat, but it looks plastic and it's white with a black brim and this red flower. And her hair is also long and it's braided. They're looking so cool. This is bringing back a lot of memories. Okay, but here's why I think this. I think because I think of in our friendship, I think of you as the more social one, which I look at and I think of as Cher. Like Cher is the one, she's like going around, she's talking to everybody. She's like the one raising her hand and being helpful in the classroom. Like, you know, oh, where's Christian? Oh, he's with his mom on the other side of the country. I just think a divorce is a travesty. And I'm like, look at you. You just know everything about everyone and amazing. And then I think like I feel more like Dion right now because I'm just over there just trying to live my life. And she like really just cares so much less about people. Like she's usually, you know, I feel like Cher is just more attentive to the world and people and what's going on. And so that's also why I like hanging out with you because I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Like we're in a social situation. Take it away, Samantha. Like you're the front man of our duo is how I see it. I'm like, you're the front man and I just want to be in the background.
I take the first blast of energy from any oncoming forces and deflecting. I can see
But I'm
that.
here to be sassy as well because I feel like that's always what Dion adds is she's just there to add a little sprinkle of sass to the conversation. And I appreciate that because she also like, it's not even just sass, like she's spilling the tea. Okay. She's going to tell you how it is and no one else wants to say this. And so she's just going to drop it and then she's going to keep filing her nails. Just like, I don't have time. So
through that lens, I completely agree with you, Morgan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
you've swayed me.
This is the fun part of our game because what I do want to do.
Now we are going to, because I would say that if this was 5 years ago, 8 years ago, perhaps it would be different from the front-facing friend and the social times.
Yep.
But like, different flex. I think now.
from the today, from in this moment, even like not even who we were 45 minutes ago, because I will also tell you I'm feeling way less crabby after eating pizza. So turns out sometime I was also hungry, which I knew, and I was like, I'm crabby, I should eat something.
No, forget everyone. I'm crabby. Burn it down. I don't even care.
Burn it down.
Sometimes just getting a little bit of fuel in the body and caffeine in the system just really circles it back. I'm also having so much fun. Like,
should have done that.
What a funny, hilarious game. I'm very excited that this is just the first one.
I know. Okay, so here's what we are going to do, though, because I do want to do this, and I want to keep track now of our answers. So, like, we know number 1, we had different answers, and then I want to know when we have the same answers, because I also think it's cute hearing our different perspectives, because I think it's sometimes like, you know, like, did you know that I see you as the front man of our duo? And I'm like, you are the official spokesperson.
We're revealing a lot this evening.
Samantha could do that. I don't know. No, thank you. I just think it'll be revealing as to what we think about each other as friends. Yeah. Oh, cute. So, fun. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Sure am.
Okay. This is a duo we're quite familiar with, and we were actually just talking about them yesterday in the car.
Yes. Okay, I need to just soak it in for a second.
Look at their hair. Look at their outfits.
Romy and Michelle. From Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. Yeah, I just really needed to. It's the iconic picture of the end scene where they have been revealed. Okay, spoilers, friends.
Oh yeah, spoilers. We're all about spoilers on this podcast. This is a spoilers podcast.
This is a spoilers podcast.
Officially, because you and I are all about spoilers. Yep. There are no secrets, just, I don't care. It's about the journey.
If we're talking about something current, we've made a mistake.
If you've not seen
this movie,
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, stop listening to our podcast.
Turn us off.
Right now.
Yep.
Stop listening.
Google search. Where is it streaming?
Watch it.
Just watch it.
I own it on DVD, so I can't help you. But it's probably streaming somewhere. Or just go buy it, because oh my gosh, comedy. Okay,
so anyway, good. So
yes, who are these people? What are they wearing? What do they look like?
Romy and Michelle. This movie is 2 best friends from high school growing up, and they're going to their 10-year high school reunion. I'm so thrilled that I've watched this recently, because it's like, this was also a movie that you and I watched for the first time together. I had never seen it before. You and I watched it together. So that's another little nugget of friendship lore.
I love this movie.
But they are preparing to go to their high school reunion, and they realize that they don't really have a lot to show for where they are in life and where they are in their jobs and their careers. And they each have very adorable, cute, silly, things that they have going on in their lives. And they decide they want to be business people and have a ruse and try and fool their former classmates. And this is the outfits at the end where they have been revealed and they let their inner... I wonder if they're Aquariuses.
Yeah,
they let
their
inner selves shine through with their design. And it's Romy in the blue dress that has the cute little silver trimmings on it. It's a little tank toppy thing. And then Michelle is in, I would say, a pink baby doll dress.
It does look like a baby doll dress. Yes, with like a boa.
60s inspired, a little neck thing,
oh
I would
God.
say.
You are so right. Like, if they had white knee-high boots on, these would be go-go dancers from the 60s.
Yep.
That's what it is, except they have these freaking, like, 4-inch heels on. Bless it.
Yeah.
Ugh. I just love how feathered their hair is as well. Like, you can see their roots. It's so 90s.
Yes.
You can see their dark roots with their bleach blonde hair. Everything is teased, lots of hairspray, stiff as a board. I mean,
just get up in here and look at this real quick.
And their dresses are very shiny. Like, it looks like they're foil to me.
I love them. Foiled thing. Well, yeah, it's the I would say hard parts where it's a little bit more early 90s, not so much 80s. We're not in the 2000s. They're really harkening back to their high school days. Gosh, the neck brace. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know. Right?
I have a firm thought on this one.
Oh, wow. Okay, go.
A firm thought.
Do you remember when they're on the treadmill with their heels? Literally one of my favorite parts of that movie.
let's just go fold some scarves.
They're so sad.
Morgan, folding
God.
scarves energy, I think, is something that we can identify with a little bit more in our world.
Oh, no.
Get
Me
those
too.
jelly beans, girl.
Oh, yeah. My snack today is red apple jelly beans. And so I'm not sorry about this. More just ASMR.
That's right. This is an ASMR. Microphone down.
That was the microphone falling.
And then that right there, and then pull them all wide.
Whee!
And then
okay,
we're back at it.
So that is our ASMR podcast.
Yeah, this is
not an ASMR
Aquarius
podcast.
behavior. I absolutely think you're a Michelle. I absolutely think that I'm the Romy.
Great. Tell me everything. Explain. Go.
So one thing that I love about Michelle, in the movie, at one point, she says something like, I didn't even realize we weren't cool, or something like that. Like, I had a blast in high school. Like, I didn't even realize that there was a problem. And I love how Michelle is just in touch with more her inner true self. I would say a little bit more authentic, speaking her mind. Between the two, Romy is just anxious and also really trying. And I identify with that. I really love this movie. We should just put it on our list.
I know, I do too.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also those customer facing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Bless. What is she? She works at a valet service.
Yeah, she works at a valet. Yes. Romy does, and Michelle is unemployed.
That's so, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fabulous. Mm-hmm. So those are my thoughts about that, just from first vibes.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I accept it. I definitely love Michelle's vibe, and I don't know. You had a nice way of putting it. I was thinking of it more as wispiness.
Twirly. Yep.
A little twirly. Yeah, she's a little twirly, a little wispy. And I think it's this, she's just got an unawareness to her, you know, but it's just this blissful unawareness where she just is, like you said, so tuned into her feelings, and she's sitting there all thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just having fun. I'm living with my best friend. It's nice. And she has forgotten that there are other people around looking at her. So, you know, she's just not always in tune with, what is society and societal standards. Mm-hmm. So I definitely see that. I accept this. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. All right.
Love it. Okay.
Fantastic.
Number 3. Who are these people?
It's Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Katie Heron.
Katie, yes. Is it Caddy?
And yes, Caddy. It's spelled Caddy. I'm just going to call you Caddy.
Yeah, what's the friend's name?
And Janice. Janice Ian.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then what's the
From
guy
Mean
friends?
Girls? Damien.
Okay, because if I could be Damien, but no. I think both of us are a little bit Damien.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
I mean, I think I'm Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We're just talking about front-facing characters. It's like my job is front-facing. My face is looking at other people's live faces out in the world, doing things with people's live faces in the same room conversing. Mm-hmm. And your employment is behind a computer, behind a screen, safely behind a keyboard. And so just from, Janice is like the girl that I wanted to have as like my best friend in high school. Like, you know, like just the kid who is just like kind of mad, but also like kind of totally nice. But like, you just need to like sit at their lunch table for a day or two, and like maybe you have like a Kit Kat and you break your Kit Kat apart and you hand them some of it. And then like maybe you become high school friends. So I feel like that is more, I have to be Lindsay Lohan because I would want to be that best, or I would want to have that best friend. And I think that those mysterious qualities about Janice, I think you embody. I think that if you were to go back to be a high schooler right now, and you went, and you just chose a different timeline, you just toss the dice up in the air and you choose a different timeline.
Yeah. And then,
I definitely
universe for sure. I mean, this is a meta podcast.
Absolutely. A little bit more of just the letting the spookiness out. letting the spookiness just a little bit more
spooky. I definitely identify with Janician 1,000%.
Yes.
So this is okay. Number 3. We're in agreement here.
In agreement. Ding ding.
Definitely
We just had to get warmed up.
Yeah, I see you as Katie because Katie is out there legitimately trying. She's trying to figure it out. She's just trying to make friends. She's a little bit of a people pleaser. She has such beautiful intentions. She's just a kind person, just having feelings and like making friends and doing it. And I definitely identify with just the angry Janice Ian energy.
Over
like,
it.
I'm just
get me out of high school. Ready for the next thing.
Yep.
They don't pay me enough for this.
I'm a little intense, for sure. Some have said scary.
Spooky.
That's spooky. And so yeah, I have spooky feelings and so I just like really identify with that intensity.
The intensity. I think that's what it is. I was never the intense friend. Yeah. I would say I always was. I was you know what? That's why this works good. I am the receptive friend. I am the bowl for, I mean, in our case, I'm the Aquarius bowl for the Aquarius energy.
Yeah, I am the water, and you're just there trying to catch it. Like, okay.
Yep, everyone is good.
Wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly. Yeah, so brilliant. Wonderful duo so far, Morgan.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so our next duo. Samantha, what movie is this from?
It's the Princess Diaries.
It is.
Oh, okay.
So we have the princess Mia Thermopolis.
Mia.
And her best friend Lily. There, I can blow up their faces.
Can we talk about at the end their big fight when Mia doesn't show up to Lily's video?
Oh yeah, she has
closed circuit I don't want to call it a podcast.
No, it's not a podcast.
It's a little show.
It's a little cable show or something, like Wayne's World.
Yeah.
You know? It's like their local TV station show. She would have a podcast, though.
She would definitely have a podcast.
Lily definitely has a podcast.
I am Anne Hathaway. I am Mia Thermopolis. I am driving through the rain in my car, trying to get up to the hills, to the ball.
Yeah.
But see, Mia knew what was up. She was like, you know who actually needs to like come be here? My best friend. Who actually isn't going to be here for me in the next movie? The guy. Need to get the best friend for the next movie. So yeah, I would say that that is the energy and the true honesty that they have between the two of us, or the two of them, is very similar to the two of us. Yeah, that was just me, my brain working faster than my mouth could get it out, because we tend to speak so quickly, and slowing down my brain has been an exercise.
Our words and our mouths cannot keep up with our brain.
There's a buffering issue. Absolutely.
There is a buffering issue.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
This podcast is for people with buffering issues. 100%. But no, I do just appreciate how Lily can look at Mia and just be like, Mia, blah, 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 blah. Movie line, movie line, movie line.
Yeah.
You have your hat on and now take the hat off. And now we're having a moment and looking each other in the eyes and having. So I think that the shorthand in their friendship is very sweet. And it lasts them through the next movie. So Princess Diaries, put that on your good movies to watch list. Wow, we have a lot of good ones so far.
I'm glad you like it. So I also 100% agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely, because Mia, she just, Mia, she's put together, she doesn't love public speaking or math. In the book, it's actually math. It's not, it's math that she has the problem with. And like her math teacher's the one her mom dates, and it's not speech like it is in the movie. So also there's that. Interesting, right? What? Who knew? It's just all the connections. You are so a Mia Thermopolis.
I had no idea that there was a book.
Oh, yes. Yes, there
Hold on, soaking
are
in.
books. Yes.
Okay,
So
well, maybe someday
they're
you
very
will need to
different
tell
from the
me
movies.
the differences of books that have been made into movies that you've loved and the differences that they're because that's interesting plot twist.
Yeah, it's a very different
teacher.
Very different book. I think I'm definitely a Lily because, again, it's that intensity. I was very much like this confrontational teenager as well. Like, I wasn't a rebellious teenager, but definitely confrontational, like, among peers and stuff. I was nice, but, like, you did not cross me because I was not going to back down from a verbal altercation with you. And I could fight real well with my rhetoric. So I was coming at you.
Words, shop.
Words matter. And so, yeah, I definitely feel that vibe. She's also a little pushy. I will say, of the two, Lily's the pushy friend. And I will come out and say, for the record, that I identify myself as the pushy friend in our friendship. I'm the one who's maybe sometimes pushing the boundaries or like, hey, I think we should do this. Maybe you don't want to, but like, I think we should. I think it'd be fun. Don't you think we should?
Blood moon.
That's true. Maybe we should just try it. Like, what if?
How would it
feel
be?
like I'm typically that person who's like, in most of my relationships, I'm the one who's like rocking the boat, or I like am the one to just throw up the emotions and people are like, what happened?
What is happening?
Why?
I'm interested.
All of a sudden there's just anger. But also I feel like I'm becoming more like Lily because I will identify it in the moment. So I love when she's having that fight with Mia that you're talking about, and she starts rambling and she's like, and I know that I have anger issues because my dad left and I'm working on it.
Just acknowledging the variables that are circling around the conversation.
Yeah, because I feel like I have definitely
amazing
been having moments of self-awareness more like that, and I do it with you, I do it with my fiance, and I'm like, I all of a sudden just got triggered by something and we're still going to talk about it.
It's still
but
happening.
I'm going to recognize that it's also this other thing that I'm in therapy for, and thanks for being my friend and helping me talk this out.
That's right.
Okay, go.
So, high five, pit crew. Let's go.
Yeah. Intensity, pushiness.
Mia Thermopolis.
That's for sure.
And
me.
Lily, best friend. I don't remember what her last name is. And the brother that doesn't show up in the next movie.
Oh, Michael. I had such a crush on him.
Oh, what is it? Skittles or M&Ms on the pizza?
Yeah, Skittles on, no, M&Ms. That was just strange.
Chocolate and cheese?
I can't.
Chocolate and cheese.
Put a pin in that because we're going to talk about how wrong that is later.
Oh, editing Samantha.
Okay, are you ready for this next one?
I sure
This
am.
is a beloved duo.
Ooh.
What movie is this from? It's going to come to you.
I know, and I can see.
I know. Have we watched this movie before, Samantha?
I've watched this movie.
Do you want to tell me what
The
happens in this
sweetest
movie?
thing is the sweetest thing. You know when you're walking through Blockbuster in elementary school and all the movies, you can only remember them by looking at the I'm very visual. I'm a very visual person, and it's like,
I know you are.
Wait, I know that it's a white cover with red letters, and they're standing there, and it says, So,
and these aren't like yearly movies that we watch. These are movies that come out,
these
twice a decade, whatever. I mean, these are guilty pleasure, hanging out friendship night movies. Yeah. Yes. And so this is, what are their names?
Cameron
I had to write them down.
Diaz and Christina Applegate.
Yep.
And their names are
Courtney and Christina.
Courtney and Christina.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So, okay, they're hilarious.
This picture.
Yeah, what
this
are they
picture.
wearing in this picture?
So, Courtney and Christina, and I'm going to mix them up, but I'm going to say Courtney is pink, right? Cameron Diaz.
I think she's
Courtney is Cameron Diaz.
Diaz is Courtney.
She is in her pink hat from the one dress shop that they had near the city in the wedding.
They go to like a little towny boutique.
And then Christina Applegate is also in just this stunning blue number with a hat. And so, Courtney and Christina Applegate, but also Christina, her name's Christina.
Yeah, but her character's name is Christina.
I love that sometimes that they do that for people. It's just like, way to make it easy for everyone.
I'm pretty sure that Cameron Diaz is Courtney, but also I could be wrong. So
let us know.
If I am, let us know.
100%. You know what I wish my lifetime would have experienced was the hats with the tulle that you bring over your eyes to just have a little bit more of a mood. I think that women back in the day, it was like the don't talk to me energy before we had headphones. It was like I have
my veil down.
It's like if I could put my mask up and my headphones on, it's like veil down, feather boa very tight, hat forward, big sunglasses.
Interested.
I'm not interested. So this is when they are going to the wedding to see if because she sat on the bench with his face on it, and it was a sign.
It was a sign.
She had to go and find him.
Yep. And they're like just very bright colors. I mean, Christina Applegate is in this gorgeous cobalt blue and everything is matching. There's just no dimension on these clothes. It's just solid. It looks like the same fabric was used for blue gloves, the hat, which is this giant hat that the brim is as wide as her shoulders, and it has a huge flower the size of her face on it.
It's probably 3 feet in diameter, the whole thing.
Yeah,
with a bunch of like Michael's poofy bits. It looks like somebody went to a craft store and was like, what kind Scoop it up with the hat. And here we go.
Things do you have here? Yeah. And then Cameron Diaz, it looks like she has a sequence. Oh yeah, there's a lot of sequence on her pink hat. And it's tacky. It's tacky.
And it's beautiful.
It looks like they're going to like, I think if a Barbie doll married a British prince and these are like Barbie's cousins that go to the wedding.
Yes.
And this is what they would wear.
Yes.
Yeah. So from this movie, these are like, who do you identify with?
I was going to say these hats are like less classy English fascinator hats that like people wear to coronations.
Way less classy for sure.
Yeah,
just this is like in the thrift store bin, 2 for $1.
I have some feelings. So specifically, I'd like to call your attention to a scene. There's a few scenes in this movie that I think are pretty fantastic. I'm going to talk about 2 of them. And then I'm going to tell you who I think we both are. The first one is, I think, the opening scene of The Thing where they are trucking up the hill, talking to each other, just being like, hey, girl, where you at? How's it going? Because I do feel like we have a little bit of that energy in the circle of like, hey, I'm out walking. Let's talk to each other on the phone. Let's chat about the things. And then like we see each other in the distance and wave and, whatever. So honestly, I kind of love that we have made that a reality in our world. That's very fun. And number 2, it's the scene when Christina Applegate is standing over, I'm wanting to say Cher, and it's just not right. Cameron Diaz. My brain is just snow brain. But she is trying to wake her up and tickling her with toothpaste. And she's putting toothpaste on her fingers and then tickling her. And then she keeps on putting toothpaste on her face and just... That scene always grossed me out. But it's like, you are the friend who's like, hey, you committed to a thing and it's going to be fun. And your heart actually really does want to do this. And you're being resistant right now. But I secretly know that this is something you want to do. So I would say... that you're Christina. And I'm Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Or Courtney.
Yeah. I would also agree with that. I think again it comes down to
bad hats.
It comes down to the pushiness.
It's knowing what they want. There's like, a lot of these movies, they have the supporting character who's just a little bit more self-actualized than the main character. And sometimes I feel like the self-actualization is more, I would say, direct eye contact.
Direct eye
contact.
The intensity.
That is the energy shift. I think that is making me identify that for most of these. It's the supporting female friend who everyone actually secretly wants to be like. Like, we kind of care about the main character, but like, did you see her friend? How much fun is she having?
This is like a really high compliment time, and it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, no,
your compliments
eye contact
are making me uncomfortable.
Did you know that your mini games were going to uncover feelings?
I didn't. Why?
Aquarius behavior.
Why are women sometimes uncomfortable with complimenting each other. I feel like superficially we're all about it. Like,
no, I
like your hair. I like your shirt today. Oh, you look cute. But like we don't actually give each other real compliments. Like, hey, I just want you to know that you were a beautiful friend today and you listened to my feelings and that just made me feel so strong and supported. Like, why don't we say more of that kind of stuff to each other?
That's some hot friendship time.
It's kind of nice stuff we want.
I think that the last 2 years since we really started doing Wednesdays, it's like, hey, it's been a week. We have to not only catch up, but really dig past the surface stuff and get to the part where we need the support in our world. I'm doing things with my hands, but it's okay, scratch off that layer. Let's get to the part where we really need to talk about the thing and be in the safe bubble of communication and conversation so that we can share these deep, dark, complicated, uncomfortable feelings. And so that's something, complimenting you, that's something that I've learned from you in the last 2 years, because truthiness in lady friendships, actually, I think hard to come by. Like, genuinely finding a friend who's just like, come as you are, be yourself. I love that you started the podcast today saying, I'm crabby and we're doing it anyway. And that is how we have to show up in life sometimes. And I just love the authenticity that you've been bringing to our friendship, because it's been pushing me to be more authentic and communicative and safe and thoughtful and all of those things. And so, yeah, this is one of those movies that I could put on and I never get sick of it. It has songs. There's dancing.
It's just so inappropriate and funny.
It's so inappropriate.
But I saw this and I just thought, oh, this is girls though. Because the whole just as they're hanging out, and I remember the scene you're talking about with the toothpaste and Cameron Diaz wakes up and just her hair, she's just like in a tank top and her underwear, sleeping. She's got no makeup on. She's
full human form.
Hair is all up in this messy bun and stuff. And I was really appreciative of that. I'm like, that is what it's like to wake up. Yeah. I love you. And, she just has fun and is bouncy, and energy definitely reminds me of you. It's that bright energy, hey, there's always something to be positive about.
It'll probably be okay.
It's probably going to be okay. We're not going to worry about it right now. And just like, don't worry. We're going to push on forward.
We shall prevail.
And so I relate to that because, she's got just that kind of the bubbles, the bubbles.
It's that can-do attitude.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely identify with Christina Applegate because, again, as we talked about, I have a side of me that is quite pushy. And so to find a friend, just anyone, any individual on this earth in particular that can A, put up with that, but also B, find value in that and not see it as such a negative trait is so wonderful and rare. So I always appreciate that. I also relate to her secret vulnerability because she definitely masks her vulnerable
the whole
squishy
thing at the
inside.
End. Yes.
And it's all just a facade. It's all just a mask that she wears with her makeup and her push-up bras and her little clothes and
boyfriends every other week.
And
doesn't even matter.
Yes.
Dating and relationships.
So yeah, I definitely relate to that kind of energy. And just then, finding somebody that you actually do like, and it's just like, no, shut up. Don't talk about it.
Don't make eye contact with it.
No.
Don't acknowledge it.
Like, oh, we just met your boyfriend. No, nobody talk about it. He left. He's never coming back. He's probably dead already. Like, now. So, that's another one. I totally agree with you.
Wow.
Ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding.
Yes. Okay, so
it's a really great movie lineup right now. Really
thank you. Okay, so that's where we're going to pause for today because I've got a whole list of these. And so I think doing them in 5 chunks at a time is going to be plenty. If you liked this episode, tune in later because, we'll do this again.
Well, they made it past sponges. So congratulations, everyone. And shoot us an email. You're probably looking at your phone right now, wondering if there's going to be commercials or not. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
No commercials on this one. It's just going to be our voices continuing to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even have an intro yet. It's just going to be more of our voices talking. So if you'd like to join the conversation, aquariusbehavior.pod@gmail.com. We'd love to read your words and maybe put them on the internet. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh, yes.